recently moved from my husband's new job, and I had to get accustomed to using a stackable washer and dryer, which is not an easy adjustment for a cloth diapering family, but we made it through, and hopefully this video helps you. So we do our laundry every 2 to 2.5 days. We use a simple Target trash can, and we have 2 Planet Wise liners. So, of course, after 2.5 days, you at all costs want to avoid touching the soiled diapers. So I just use the liner to help push the diapers in around the agitator. So just stuff them all in there. And once that's complete, I take the liner and I turn it inside out so that the inside of the liner can fully be cleaned also. We have been using these 2 liners for over a year and a half and haven't had any damage done to them, even with this agitator and them going through 3 separate cycles several times a week. So this first cycle is just a regular permanent press rinse. I set it on a cold and the highest water cycle, the highest water level your washing machine has. And then let's take this dirty or stinky trash can outside because it really traps in the odors. And we want to make sure it's nice and fresh for the next go around. Ooh, yes, that did smell. So now that that's done, we can move on to our second load. Let's make sure they're still in there. Yep, still there. So our second cycle is going to be a hot, very hot. Also the high water level, and then we're going to turn it on. This one allows us to do a super heavy duty cycle, which is perfect. Right now we're using the Charlie soap. We also use, I think it was Nellie's or Nell's. That worked out great, and both of these seem to be as efficient as each other. And we do a little under a full scoop. Oops, I think I forgot to turn off the camera. Sorry, I'm glad my feet looked okay that day. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cycle go and check back in just a little bit. All right, time for our last cycle. So this one I just do a short heavy duty wash, and I usually do it in hot water, sometimes cold, depending on how deep I feel like the diapers need to be rinsed. But since this was a small load, I just did them on cold. So this is how we dry our diapers. So we decided to go the route of a drying rack. We find that it's just more efficient energy wise, and it helps preserve our diapers, which we hope to sell one day. So how we position the diapers to make sure that they get dry as soon as possible is we just try to space them out as much as we can, and so there can be nice airflow. Sometimes if there are a lot of diapers and they're packed and they're too tight, it may take days for these to dry. At least in our climate it does. Once in a while we stick them outside. Of course the diapers will dry within 2 to 4 hours, but sometimes it's a bit of an eyesore, so it all depends on our mood. So I just hung up a flat, which are our absolute favorite. They're just so efficient in many ways. So at the very top of the rack, we normally do items that take a longer to dry. That may be like hemp liners or overnight diapers. We find that they dry much faster up there. Oh, there's my son. I had the camera propped up on his teddy bear, which wasn't very smart of me because he wanted his teddy bear. And then at the bottom of the drying rack, we put the diaper covers because clearly those don't contain water, and that's why they're waterproof. So we put those at the bottom, but they do come out of the washing machine with water on them. They also dry very quickly in the dryer if you ever want to push them in there for a little bit. So while I'm doing this, I also put the wipes in half so they're ready to put in the warmer. So I guess that's in the video. He got his teddy bear. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope it helps.